Some Nigerians have been reacting to that video released by Boko Haram showing Abubakar Shekau claiming he is still alive. Here's what we got from some people on the streets of Lagos.
We don't know exactly whether that man is still alive or not, because of recent we were told that the man has been captured during one of the attacks and killed. But sometimes, let's say about a week ago, we are being told that the man is still alive, that he appeared in so many places and all that. So nobody is sure whether that man is still alive now. So, and then the government is not being truthful about this. Especially the army that we are there, they should tell us the truth, whether they actually saw the dead body or so.
Within me, I believe that Shekau is already dead. Even the second person that they presented himself as Shekau is not Shekau. Even the person that has come out now to say that it's Shekau, when you look at it, you see that they are impersonating themselves. So it's not really Shekau. Within me, I believe that our military have killed Shekau. I have gone through the newspaper and I look at the face very, very well. I noticed that it's not really Shekau. You know that even me, when there's a way you put your mustache and discard yourself on the process, you know that you have impersonated someone else. So for me, within me, I believe that Shekau is dead.
When you look at the background of the video, it looks old. It doesn't look at something that is really new. I saw it yesterday or so. It doesn't really look new. It looks at something that has been videoed some time ago. The Cameroonians claim they killed him. They showed us the head. Then Nigerian military came. They showed us the full body. I don't know who killed him, but I know he's dead. The person that impersonated as Abubakar Shekau is dead.
I believe Shekau is a title in that Boko Haram. It's a title. If Shekau dies, another person can emanate as a title name, as a Shekau who succeeds him. So I believe it's true that they killed the other Shekau. They have killed two Shekau now. Newspaper carried it last month that they are fighting to who will succeed the dead Shekau. Now this one has already emanated. They have decorated another person. I believe it's sure that they killed the other two Shekau. This is another one they decorated. That's for my belief.
Well, I'm now being joined all the way from London by a security expert, Mr. Temitope Olodo, who would also be contributing to this new video from the Boko Haram sector. Mr. Olodo, thank you very much for joining us. And you heard what some Nigerians have been saying. I mean, their reactions now to that video. Give me, what do you think?
Actually, when I saw the video, I was quite surprised. I wasn't too surprised because if we compare with other terrorist groups that have used similar tactics, we know that this is the approach deployed by some of these terrorist groups. They have a very good media strategy. You know, if you look back and think back or reflect back, you realize that Boko Haram actually started with a video tape sold on the street of Maiduguri. And they moved on to entertaining over 20,000 viewers on YouTube. So they have a very good media machine. But that said, the recent incident reminded me of the James Bond classic film called James Bond, Diamonds Are Forever, where you have a double. And if they have a double, what is the purpose? We need to understand the mindset behind it. Is it to motivate their members and to demoralize our military? That might be the goal. We don't know. We don't know whether it was the real one that was killed or it wasn't the real one that was killed, or if it was the double that was killed. What is important is that the military need to come up with more information to assist the public. But the military could take, credit on this, on the fact that they have actually killed two individuals that claim to be Mohammed Abubakar Shekau, and 90% of the population believe that the military have actually killed, this Boko Haram leader. So that is actually a good news that the military could take on board. What they need to now work on is how to consolidate on this and to ensure that violence extremism is completely eradicated in our land.
But let me just ask you, do you think the Nigerian military is actually doing enough to bring this insurgency to an end?
Considering when the Nigerian military started to work hard on this issue, we must give them kudos. It is important to highlight very, very quickly that the job of eradicating violence extremism, particularly that which is linked to religious fanatic work, should not actually be the work of the military. It should be the work of Nigerian police, supported by the the killing machine of Nigerian military. But the role have been reversed. The military are not used to fighting urban warfare within, a confined area. They're meant to be facing the enemy, not surrounded by the enemy. So they have started improving their approach on dealing with this violence extremism. And that is very, very important. They have worked hard. Within the last 3-4 years, it is important to highlight that over 3,000 IEDs have been destroyed by the military. More than 200 people have been detained. At least up to 2,000 have been detained. More than 16 people have been convicted. So they have done a good work. They have actually worked hard. But we expect more from them because we know the ability of Nigerian military in terms of their international reputation, and we know that they could work more if they are supported and they're given all the kudos by the Nigerians.
Let me just cut you in there.
Yeah.
Let me cut in there. Sorry to interject, but let me ask you this. I mean, you, of course, have said it would appear the military has not been speaking so much. And, of course, you would see that the military has not been disclosing as much information, for instance, as Nigerians would need. Do you think there's every need for the Nigerian military to, as much as possible, brief Nigerians on a regular basis on the actual status of things? Because as we speak today, we do not even know, for instance, if the Nigerian military is in control of the town of Bama, that Boko Haram said it captured some weeks ago.
Definitely. As somebody that has worked within the security services in terms of from a policy perspective and actually involved in policing overseas, when you look at the comparative analysis, there is much, to be expected from Nigerian military in terms of having a proper KPI, key performance indicators to actually show what they are delivering. They need to be a reality check here. They need to have a proper media strategy, which I think is currently lacking. It's not inclusive. It does not take on board, boosting community confidence and community reassurance. That is necessary. But saying that, I think Nigerian military is learning because they've not been used to this kind of approach, before. And I know with every one of us, getting involved and letting them know that there is need for them to be able to communicate effectively with Nigerians, to convey information effectively, because that is important. Because it's only when you're able to convey information that you boost people's confidence, that you make people understand that you are winning the war on terrorism. More than 30,000 soldiers have been released into this environment. Boko Haram population totally is not more than 9,000. So I know Nigerians are asking the question, how come a well-equipped military force cannot actually deal with this Boko Haram group?
Quite true.
They can't deal with it, and we need to help them and work with them to deal with it.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Temitope Olodo, for joining us on the news.
My pleasure.